Y'all show love for my DJ Bloom. Show DJ Bloom a little bit of love. So my name is Amir. I'm going to be your host this evening. We're not starting the show yet, but I do want to ask, who here has never been to a poetry slam before? Keep them up. One person. That's awesome. We got one per two. Someone's pointing at a friend. You're not listening. That's cool. Is anyone here planning on staying for the whole show? Has not slept with any of the poets on the list, and would like to be a judge for the poetry slam? All right. If your hand is up in the air or you were volunteered, go ahead and come up to the stage right now. Y'all show some love for my judges. Show some love for my judges. Judges, come to the stage. Come to the stage. Come to the stage. There were more hands up than two. Let's go. I got one judge. I got two judges. I need three more. I need three more judges to start the show. Go ahead. Come on up, friend. I got 3, 4, 5. Okay, come on up. Come on up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Give it up for my judges one more time. Check. Y'all show my DJ Bloom some love. Woo! Hey, if you were a poet and you signed up to be in tonight's competition, please come to the stage. Blue, Authentic, The Prodigy Truth, Co, AWKN Kamara, Ricky Weiser, LJ Hamilton, Naomi, GIP, Free.K, Erica Dijon Grant, Serotonin, Erica Nicole, and Maddie D. Come on down. Y'all give it up for the poets. I like that. Now y'all give it up for the DJ Blue. All right, audience. This is your 2-minute warning. Now's your chance to go hang out with Lalo in the back. Go visit him. He's got some $8 sangrias. He's got some other $8 specials, Long Island iced teas. Y'all make sure to hit up Lalo. This is your tow truck warning. If you parked on the street and it said permitted parking only, and you do not have a permit to park in that permitted parking only, they will tow you. If you parked in this shopping center and you said, oh, it's so nice, look at all these open spaces, it's not nice, it's a trap, they will tow you. If you parked at the vegan restaurant, vegans hate cars, so they will tow you, okay? But if you parked on the street, there was no permanent parking, you are good. If you're gonna run up to me after this announcement and ask me if I know if where you parked is good, I do not know. You should know that. So check on your car, because we are gonna get started here in just 2 minutes. right about now, everyone. My name is Amir Safi. I will be your host for this evening. If you're alive and breathing here for a poetry slam in Houston, Texas, make some noise. Yo, y'all are rowdy as fuck right now. That's what I like to hear. We like to get excited about poetry slam here at Avant Garden. This is not your mom and pop's boring-ass Barnes & Noble poetry reading. No, this is a right about now poetry slam. The best slam poets in the entire nation come right here on this microphone. They live in this city. They drive from outside the city. Hell, they even fly from out of state to come slam here. So we have some original works of art and poetry for you, and we are ready to share them. Make some noise if you have never been to a poetry slam before. Can we give it up for my rookies? Can we give it up for my rookies? Yo, that was some lukewarm shit, but that's okay, rookies. It's your first time here, all right? We're going to learn how it's done. If you have been to a poetry slam here and have come back, can you make some noise? Yo, that's where I need the energy all night long. I want to get to know my audience a little bit better, a little bit better. If you came in tonight from out of state, make some noise. What? For a poet? Where'd you come in from? We got St. Louis in the house. Did I hear Florida? Wait, this is important. South or Panhandle? Yo, we appreciate y'all coming through so much. Can we give it up for the Panhandle? Anyone else come from out of state? Who came from outside of Houston? Make some noise. Where'd y'all come from? Jamaica? I asked out of state. Okay, we got Jamaica with Jamaica, Texas. Anyone else come in from outside the city? Louisiana? What city? Shreveport? Close enough. Y'all give it up for Louisiana in the house. Okay. So if you came from Houston but not inside the Beltway, make some noise. Yeah, a little bit louder. Y'all thought y'all were in Houston, but you're not. It's not true. I think I'm in Houston, but people told me I'm not because I'm in the Beltway, but not the Loop. I like it there where the immigrants live. And then if you drove from inside of Houston, be here tonight, make some noise. Yo, we got people all over here to celebrate poetry, so I'm going to run through how this poetry slam is going to work. I have 14 poets who have come from all over. They're going to perform original works of poetry here for us right here in this audience. Some people may have never heard these poems before. You only get them because you are present. That's amazing, organic, homegrown poems. It's happening right here. So they're going to come up. They're going to perform their poems. 5 random judges in the audience. Judges, let me see your boards. Let me see your boards. Poets, that's where my judges are at. That's where my judges are at. So these 5 random members of the audience are going to score these poets on a scale from 0 to 10. We're going to drop the low score to prevent bias. We're going to drop the high score to prevent bias. We're going to add those middle 3 scores, and that will be the poet's score for that round. All 14 poets in the first round guaranteed 1 poem. Then we will have an intermission. After intermission, we're coming back with our top 6 scoring poets in reverse order. We're going to add the scores from the first round. We're going to add the scores from the second round, and that will determine who wins our cash prizes in our poetry slam tonight. Yo, I say Mike, you say check, say Mike. Mike. I say re, you say spec, say re. Re. Yo, if you wanna talk back here, y'all, my loves, back here, we respect the mic, we respect the speaker. You feel me? We're here for poetry. We want to hear these poems. Someone made these poems to share with us. You feel me? If you do want to talk, I encourage you to sign up on the list, and we can all listen to your conversation here on the mic. Okay, I will call you up. You can get on the mic. You can talk all you want until you get the time penalty. So in the poetry slam tonight, there are time penalties. So the poets have 3 minutes with a 10-second grace period to perform their poem. If they go over that grace period, they will receive a half-point time penalty. Boo the time. A half-point time penalty for every 10 seconds they go over. We want to hear all the poets, but mostly we want to still be able to go home in time. Y'all feel me? If you're ready for the poetry slam, say yeah. If you're ready for the poetry slam, say hell yeah. Audience, I'm going to ask you one time, are you ready to get this poetry slam started? No, you are not, because we have not yet spilt blood on this stage. We're building energy in the front. We're building energy in the middle. We're building energy all the way in the back. Welcome to the stage, your sacrificial poet, Ryan McMaster.
This poem is called Chubby Chasers. Waistline tourists, love cushioned by rental, obesity observers, pudge proximity placed in their palms, love me for who I am, not what I can cover you with. How sexy it is to be objectified as a blanket, a pillow, a design project. How many licks does it take to get to the center of sleep disorder? Love me like a life raft, this outstretched flotation device. Love me more than I love myself, but not for healthy reasons. You like my body, but don't have to deal with the jagged breath, the disapproving smug stares, the crunching lower back, gravity holding on to us more than my family's eating habits, the sweat stains under the tits, the thriving bonfire between the thighs. It's suspicious that you get closer to me the closer I am to getting diagnosed with diabetes. You like the novelty of size as long as you're smaller. What can we protect you from except your own appetite? I'm not saying big boys don't deserve love. I'm saying I'm suspicious of anyone that does, and there's nothing else in the attraction. How much weight can I lose before you shed your love for my body? On a scale of obese to alone, where do you get off? How often do you weigh in? When you ask for my number, you mean my pant size, right? I am waiting for every attractive guy that talks to me to be a personal trainer that sees what I can burn away. I am covered in defenses, and I wonder if the people climbing my walls are only doing so to write about the architecture, the remodeling options available to me, loving who I am now, but still changing my body to live longer. I don't trust many others to do so with the same intent. I am hesitant for skinny men to love what food can do to me without understanding how inefficient my metabolism used it. I low-key think chubby chasers like Batman because they'll think Batman won't be able to outrun their love or their eventual mistreatment. They can pull gay fuckery from a hat, flourish their withering bodies, and be applauded for being the skinny ones. I think loving me for being fat is like someone loving me for being gay. I have been taught my entire life that it is a reason to love me despite having those characteristics. I have been taught how rare it is to find someone that can do both these things purely. I overthink, but I overeat. To overeat, I do everything in excess. So why should I stop when it finally feels right to sacrifice someone who like all of this when I'm only now like
That was your sacrificial poet, Ryan McMasters. Judges, let me see those scores for Ryan up in 3, 2, 1. All right. I got a low score. Hold them up. Keep them up for me, judges. I got a low score of a 6.5 from the judge who hates chubby chasers. All right. I got a 7, a 7.5, a 7.6, and a chubby chasing loving 8.5. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the first poet in the slam, Blue.
whenever you get close, my body longs for your entry. Eyes closing ever so softly, fingers begging for participation in this forbidden act. I seek to dampen your rigid hardness and encase you with my tongue, devouring every part of you all at once. Before I indulge my craving, I must prepare you for your entirety, for this grand entrance, burying you in just enough drip for smooth ravishing, drowning you in my excitement as I engulf all of you into my mouth. More than a midnight snack, I look forward to sneaking out of my room at 3 a.m. to get a taste of you. And for those of you who are wondering, what is my recipe for success? It's half a cup of milk per 3 Oreos. If you dip 3/4 of the Oreo into the milk for about 5 seconds, let it let it drip not once but 2 times for maximum satisfaction. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My name's Blue.
That was Blue. Ryan McMasters had a score of 822.1. Judges, let me see Blue scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. I got a low score. Keep them up for me, judges. Keep them up for me, judges. I got a low score. Oreo Hayden score of a 7. I got an 8. One audience member said, fuck them. I got 8.3. I got an 8.8. And I got an Oreo 11 9.8. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, Natty.
All right, before I start this is also new shit. This is called The Irony of Gunpowder, and I'm going to give a little bit of background. So my name is Maddie D, and I have really, really, really bad luck. Sometimes it's just minor inconveniences and other shenanigans like that, but today my poem is about how I did essentially a 180 on my life after a very long, toxic relationship with a partner, just to find out after a year of avoiding them because they're no longer part of my life, they actually worked literally right underneath the location of my new big girl job. Go figure. Go figure. I moved cities, changed 3 jobs, and went over 400 days of no contact with you just to find out yesterday that your job is immediately underneath mine. And I'm talking so immediate that you can see my desk in the window on the same street corner that you can hear through yours. And blame this on coincidence or sheer bad luck, but I didn't think that Mr. Universe placed you here so that way inevitably you would come face to face with me without an opportunity to run away like you did the last time. And for a second, I found myself tiptoeing around that building, not wanting to be discovered, but I think I'm choosing not to be scared of you. But for now, until that day happens, I will be steadily preparing my speech for that inevitable day that you do find me. And I am going to say that I cannot help that my words feel like knives and that looking into my eyes is similar to looking down the barrel of a gun. My words are always ready in my pockets and my eyes are always ready to fire. What I feel would never wait for when you're comfortable again. You have not yet earned the right for me to hold my tongue and spare your ears from the truth in my pockets. And I dare you to look me in my eyes again and spit the same bullshit that came out of your larynx the last time. You trickled gunpowder through the room of every last memory I had of you, and you threw a match in there the day that you called me just your friend. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall over 2 years together, a dog, a ring, and a place to call our home has ever been anything that happened between just friends. But maybe I'm a fool and I just took you out of context like you said I did. I was in school full time. I worked 2 jobs to put a roof over our head and food on our table just for you to cower over a keyboard and call me just your friend. For you to isolate me from my friends and family for months, for you to hit my car on purpose, call me a baby abuser or dog, stay at home and not lift a finger once unless it was to put your hand on me. For you to take my vulnerability for granted when all I ever wanted was for you to love me. You made me unable to look at kitchen sinks because all I can see is the one that you left untouched with rotten dishes for months. And just like those dishes did, you make me sick. And so when you cross paths with me today, I have this entire speech prepared. But long story short, fuck you. P.S. Little boy, your phone bill's due. It's still in my name since you never bothered to take anything for yourself. And don't think for a second that I would ever be afraid of you.
That was Maddie T. Blue had a score of a 25.1. Let me get Maddie's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. All right, from low to high, I got a 7.8. Higher, I got a 7.8. I have an 8.8, a 9, and a 9.3. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the mic, Sarah Tonin.
Dear Supreme Court, when you have a minute, if you could politely explain to me what the hell are y'all doing up there, because I am quite confused. It just seems like this whole pro-life agenda involves viewing things for what they have the potential to be, rather than simply viewing things for how they actually are, and it's giving counterproductivity. It's just, if we were to base our actions off of the pro-life agenda, that would have us doing some very weird shit. Things like, I don't know, putting eggs in the grass and calling that shit a chicken farm. Or putting an engine in the driveway and telling our kids, happy 16th, I just got you your first car. Or dropping off a bag of flour, shredded cheese, and marinara at someone's doorstep and calling that a pizza delivery. Or looking at a seed and calling it a tree. I find it interesting how politicians claim every seed matters and how we need to be planting more trees when they refuse to provide sufficient resources for the trees that we already have. Our trees' roots have been poisoned, deprived of water, subjected to deforestation. Politicians care so much about the seeds but don't give a fuck about the trees they grow into. Sarah Sanders has the audacity to say, well, when those little saplings are in the soil, we're going to make sure they feel safe as they would in the forest. As if the forests aren't burning in fire right before our eyes because these thoughts and prayers take the rightful place of the fire ban that we should have implemented decades ago. Politicians say, oh, well, they may be little clumps of cells right now, but those embryos are the future leaders of America. Well, then we may as well appoint those embryos our leaders right now, because if you think about it, a clump of cells with no self-awareness, consciousness, or intellect could easily govern the country way better than the riffraff that's in the office right now. Like, they want to talk about cells so bad? Okay. How about we talk about the cells that the villains going around shooting our children and assaulting our women should be locked away? But instead, thanks to this country's negligence, they're running free while we run for our lives. And for those that say, well, those fetuses you aborted could have found the cure for cancer, well, if by found the cure, you mean found where the government is hiding the cure to keep Big Pharma up and running, but that is a whole nother topic. But if you want to use the cancer angle, okay, well, to complete that game, the applicant who's more than qualified for your med school that you turned down simply because of her name could have cured cancer. The queer kid you bullied into suicide could have cured cancer. I almost was that kid. The students at Uvalde Elementary could have cured cancer. But before we cure cancer, we need to cut out the cancer that's running our court system, infecting our civil liberties with their oppression, causing our population to deplete. Like, sir, Mr. Supreme Court Justice, please explain to me how you're going to make laws about our bodies when yours is literally decaying right before our eyes. So you know what? Go right ahead. Look at an egg and call that a chicken. Look at an engine and call that a car. Look at a bag of flour and call that a pizza. But until the leaders of this country are willing to harness America's ingredients of potential and turn this into a sustainable home for everyone of every background, both inside and outside of the womb, then this country will forever be seen as a dish that leaves its people empty, disappointed, and forever starving for equality.
That was the poet Serotonin. Maddie had a score of a 25.6. Judges, let me get Serotonin scores in 3, 2, 1. All right, I got 4 scores. I got 5 scores. From low to high, I got a 7.7. I got an 8.3. I got an 8.5, an 8.7, and a 9.4. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, Co.
This poem titled Love Let's Talk. In reality, love seems inconceivable. But in my soul, I truly believe in it. I had my fair share of transgression. I was young and naive, but currently I still have past history speaking on who I was, and sometimes to make the man I'm projected to be unbelievable. Regardless, I'm reconstructing me. Hopes I find my reflection in you. Can you just embrace me, hug me, and relieve my brain of this tension? I hope you're a woman of patience, adaptability, communication, consideration, compromise. I know, I can request so many things of you. But please don't deem me as selfish because I'm working to be all that I ask of you. I know you're not here, but I'm already considering you. Hey, I've been on a hiatus from sex. I'm preserving this energy so I can exert all my love on it. I hope you're a woman. I hope you have a raging desire for me reciprocal of how I do for you. I hope you make this love easy because I can overcomplicate things. Or have I just not encountered you, the one who will truly simplify things? I say I'm soul searching, but I've barely made an attempt. I'm conflicted between looking for you or continuing to reconstruct myself. So in an attempt to remain optimistic, I've been telling myself every no gets me closer to my yes. Apparently, I haven't gotten enough no's because I still haven't propositioned you with that question and met you at the altar in that beautiful white dress. Until then, peace, prosperity, protection.
That was the poet, Co. Serotonin had a score of a 25.5. Judges, let me get Co's scores in 3, 2, 1. Y'all give it up for my DJ Bloom. All right, I got a low score of a 7.1, of a 7.1, a 7.7, a 7.9, and a 9.4. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, GIP.
As we walk, I can tell that you're a little off focus. Something I said or somebody before I noticed. I tried to make it out, but it seems to be different. When I look past your eyes and see your body start switching. I try to figure out what could grab your attention. But if I do somehow, whose past could I mention? I'm back and forth thinking, how could I done wrong? To have feelings in your heart that I never once wrong. As we held hands, I felt your palm slip. Like one more kiss was something your heart missed. One that just snapped, I take the time to listen to every broken promise and thing that needs fixing. Perhaps I should know that it takes time and patience. Now I know one thing that stops our conversation. Could it be all the love and the care that you miss most? Or all the good times or the times you went broke? Something that I did, but yet I found out. That love was full of wrinkles that's hard to iron out. But in due time, I get your eyes back and fill all them things that got you sidetracked.
That was GIP. Co had a score of a 22.7. Judges, let me get GIP's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. Is that an 8.4 or 9.4? All right. From low to high, I got a 6.4. I got a 7.6. I got an 8.3. an 8.4, and an 8.5. Scratch the 8.3, that's an 8.5. I'm going to read those out again. I got a 6.4, a 7.6, an 8.4, an 8.5, and an 8.5. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. Give it up for the poet over here. Give it up for the poet over here. Give it up for the poet everywhere and keep that energy going for AWK and Kamara.
All right, help me out. Sing with me. Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger and stronger. And when I get that feeling, I need a sexual healing. Sexual healing. Yeah, that's a good song, right? Yep. Just like it's also a trigger. Like when niggas step for R. Kelly too. I got you the same way that predators do. First they show up all innocent, then they pique your interest, and somehow you end up going along singing a song you don't even know the words to yet. That's grooming. Matter of fact, maybe now you can hear and understand that you shouldn't tell me I'm doing too much. I'm triggered. And I know that's my responsibility, so I smile, I nod, I mildly disagree. But in the back of my mind, I really can't believe you. Just like in prisons, I don't believe they really rape rapists with brooms. Because when my family got out, he saw that nigga, he didn't even say shit. Who the fuck I thought I was? Protected by murderers, the city's best game bangers and jack boys. I thought I was protected by legends. I don't get it. Just like I don't believe when men say they my friend or respect that I'm lesbian. It's always coming. It never fails. It is with them trying to fuck or they think I'm doing too much. Emotional healing. It's triggering. And it's bothering me. My tolerance for predators is weak, and it's ego's and misogyny. It's the turn the blind eye. It's the rose before holes and the ignorance and the cowardice. It's the fucking with niggas you said you'd kill to play dice. Y'all lame. And we ain't the same, so fuck blood is sticking in the water in the same last names. I'm triggered because sexual healing for me is literally healing what people can't see and turning my surviving into thriving. And you niggas still saying I'm doing too much. I've lived it, and I'm following spirit. I hear it. The thing that triggers us most points to our healing soul. I'm willing. I press play. And for 90 days, I sat and listened to the jarring, the music, reworking my nerves, and first cringy, then a feeling. I journal, then repeat. Discipline for weeks, and slowly my moods met me, and I heard the lyrics differently. They sang to me, healing, my darling. Healing, my darling.
That was AWK and Kamara. GIP had a score of 24.5 judges. Let me get AWK in scores in 3, 2, 1. Hey, give it up for my DJ one time. All right, from low, I got a 7.5. I got a 7.9. I got an 8.2, an 8.8, and a 9.6. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for Naomi.
I exclusively date short men. Small to average height only. Asterisk, no tall guys. All caps. My dating profile says. A tall guy thinks that all he has to do is just be tall. He thinks his tall body is all that it takes to make him an acceptable mate. A Bumble profile about me that begins, I am over 6 foot. I am 6'3". I am 6 feet and 4 inches. That last one I thought was the oddest of all, spelling out feet and inches for clarification and emphasis. And 4 inches. Exactly where are those 4 inches located, sir? A tall guy brandishes his height as an achievement listed in their bios as though it were an integral aspect of their personality. And it is, and I don't care. I am not impressed by your ability to grow as your body was genetically predisposed to do. I am more impressed with your ability to grow emotionally, as most men are incapable of doing. A height is not an accomplishment. Tall guys feel that they don't have to try. They think that they can just walk around existing in height and offering little else. I have never met a short guy that didn't love to eat pussy.
That was Naomi. AWK and Kamara had a score of a 24.9. Judges, let me see Naomi's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. I got a low score of a 7 from the boo. They're booing you, Judge. From the judge who hates short kings. All right. Then I got a 7.8. I got an 8. I got an 8. I got an 8.1 and an 8.7. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, L.J. Hamilton.
Show love to the melanated big thighs. With the stretch marks I like to call kiss lines that are probably there as the result of fluctuating weights or her sacrificing her temple as the gateway to give your kids life. Applaud when her jeans don't fit right or after she jumps to squeeze into them, they're still skin tight. That means her learning curves are like the perfect verse of a song that inspires you to live right. You know, be honest, be faithful, and let mastering her love language be how you spend mornings and perfecting how you create love together be how you spend nights. Understand? If she got ass for days and cheeks for weeks, that's more than a handful of reasons for you to be her piece. Leave them streets. Stay in her pulpit and preach relief until your sermon got her squirming and she gives you an orgasmic offering because you earned it. And then squeeze her booty one more time. Because it's perfect. It's proportionate to her struggle. That's how she got that juicy bubble. It's indicative of all the time she's had to hustle to make sure her household didn't buckle. Thick hips got all that muscle from the time she's had to run from trouble in the form of an abusive man who wanted nothing more than for her to crumble. Worshiping thighs with intimate cuddles and let her know that whenever she struggles, you are there to be her balance and help her manage all that she juggles. Yes, I understand. That booty looks good to you. But please be mindful of the pain it's caused. From the unwarranted groping of strangers to catcalls and sexual assault, none of which were her fault. Be mindful of those nights she's cried wishing she didn't have those beautiful thighs. Those hours per day she would exercise trying to tone them out of her life. Those times she would wear clothes based on how much they were able to hide. And every time she felt insecure when her inner thighs would collide. It's all right. Just tell her that because of who she is, you are made better. And if she wants to sit all that ass on your face, you better let her. And then provide pleasure until with the spirit of God you connect her. Let her drown you in her nectar as you vow to always uplift, respect, and protect her. She deserves it. She is worth it. And when she asks that she make you feel good, you let it be known that you felt her, which surpasses good in every sense of the word. And now, fellas, if she asks, do I look fat? You say, nah, baby, but that ass do. Now turn around, poke it out, and show me what that clap do. Yes, make her feel good about something she doesn't always feel good about. Show love to the melanated thick thighs in ways that let her know you get it. Worship her body in ways that let her know you're different. For years, men have been telling her she's gifted, not understanding what the gift is. It's not the thick thighs, it's the way she uses them to walk in her purpose, finally understanding that she is God. And in every way, the black woman is perfect.
That was the poet L.J. Hamilton. Naomi had a score of a 23.9. Judges, let me get LJ's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. From low to high, I got a medium thigh score of an 8.8. Y'all say higher. How about a 9.7? A 10. A 10. And a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the mic, Erica Dejean.
A tribute to the families in Uvalde, Texas. Little brave girl calls on the phone. There's a man inside with a gun. And what I would love to tell that little girl, the men that are supposed to protect you are already inside, but every time they hear a shot, they run. It's little children that one by one. But Erica, what if it were you? What if it were you there that day on the line? I would have died with pride, even with tears in my eyes. And I could only imagine the tears in their eyes. And though I wasn't there, somehow I still hear their weeps and their cries. And all I can think about, when those men took that oath, all they did was lie. I'll protect you. I'll defend you. I'll make sure your kids come home. Well, it's a little too late for that now because they're gone. I saw the brave mothers and fathers. Give me the gun. I'll go in. If you can't protect, I'll defend if I have to. As a matter of fact, I have to. Don't even mind that I asked you. But we have to follow protocol, y'all. It seems like you only follow protocol when it benefits you. Because I saw plenty of times with men with their hands up saying, wait, don't shoot. Oh man, of bravery. That's really nothing you could say to me, and to tell you the truth, I don't know what I would do, but I know that it would be more than you. And whether or not I put my words to use, you stand around while little children fall down is just not a good excuse.
That was Erica. LJ Hamilton has a high score of a 29.7. Can I get Erica's scores in 3, 2, 1? All right. From low to high, I got a 9, a 9.1, a 9.3, a 9.8, and a 10. Make some noise for the poet. Make some noise for Uvalde. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, Authentic.
Check. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Real quick, I go by Authentic. This piece is called Genuine Sweetheart. You see, there's something about a genuine sweetheart, the one that cuddles, Smiles, mostly booked with a little street smart. Apologetic, copacetic, entertains to respect for the rank game. Nice frame because her body is a temple. No pushover, kind of simple. Thickness is a plus as long as she has dimples. Can hold conversation for miles, down like 4 flats, a backbone. She's versatile. See, it's something about a genuine sweetheart. The one that cuddles, smiles, mostly booked with a little street smart. Apologetic, copacetic, entertains to respect for the rank game. Nice frame because her body is a temple. No pushover, kind of simple. Thickness is a plus as long as she has dimples. Can hold conversation for miles, down like 4 flats, a backbone. She's versatile. Sweetness to the core, but can be bitter as a lion. She's a black card. Years ago, you would have considered her a dime. She's elegant, has a beautiful mind. Far from conceited, but a minute of bullshit, then you wasting her time. Most men are afraid to approach her because of her beautiful look. But there's something deep down inside. Just open up her book and take a look at what she's been through. Jealousy through her low blows. Hate had her taking no dose. Pain was her last name. Her body was waste management. Her job, she just couldn't handle it. College stressed her out. She was wondering, what is this all about? Coming up in a fatherless home, but still held her own. Oprah is her role model. Her mother's her strength. Destined for greatness, anything less, you got her bent. Tears were her best friend. Happy hour every weekend. When times got rough, she was consoled and holding different men. Until one day she let go and let God play his part. Ever since then, she's been just that. A beautiful work of art. Genuine, sweetheart, authentic.
That was authentic. Erica Dejean had a score of a 28.2 judges. Let me see authentic scores in 3, 2, 1. Audience, how you feeling tonight? Woo, okay, all right. We got a 7.9. Higher, we got an 8.1, an 8.5, a 9.7, and a 9.8. Damn the scores. Give it up for authentic. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the mic, Ricky Weiser.
I grew up on prayers of forgiveness. Things like, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those that have sinned against us. He cleansed me of guilt before I knew to have a conscience. It was a perfect system. Until it wasn't. Until the guilt became a constant companion that I could have rid myself of. Until they told me that because I was gay, I was a sin, unclean. I kept forgiving them, but they never forgave me for existing. Said that I was the spawn of Satan. Said that I was damned. Said that I didn't deserve to be their equal. And at some point I forgave them. So to that end, hail Satan, the first person to ever demand equal rights. I mean, hail to the Prince of Darkness, the Lord of Lies. I mean, hail to the only Father willing to claim me. I mean, hail to acceptance, to being alive in spite of hatred, to loving myself when no one else would. What I mean is, I feared God's wrath more than Satan's tongue. What I mean is, if hell, the lake of fire, then sign me up for a lakefront property. Because I was damn good at mosquitoes. What I mean is, I haven't been in a church since 2014, and I have felt more love, more forgiveness. I've seen more holiness, more acceptance since than I ever did in a church. What I mean is, if I'm already damned, then I might as well make a deal with the devil. The truth is, I believe in witchcraft, in hexes, and curses. I believe in sacrificing all the dead and dying things in my life. I believe in being power hungry, and glorying in my success, and bathing in the blood of my enemies. I believe anyone can be a goddess. Anything can be holy. I believe in love and finding joy in debauchery. I believe in hope. I claim titles like bastard. Refuse to be the legacy of who's cut or dead things. What I mean is, I'm tired of playing dead to your conscience. What I mean is religion. Not all bad. But I'm tired of trying to find Christ. Tired of being crucified. Tired of hearing discrimination disguised as personal belief. What I mean is, Hale sings because at least he gives a damn. I'm so tired of repeating empty prayers. So I came up with my own. To that end, our Father, who art in hell, hallowed be my name. Give me this day my daily dose of sin. Forgive me my fuckboy ways as I forget those who still insist on wearing Crocs. And lead the boys into temptation. Deliver them to my bed on a case-by-case basis. For I am demanding the power and the allure and the domination forever and ever. Amen.
That was Ricky Weiser. Authentic had a score of a 26.3. Judges, let me get Ricky's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. From low to high, I have a 6.3. I have a 7.0, a 7.5, a 7.9, and a 9. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, the Prodigy True.
Imagine a college student. He is the class clown in Professor Hosto's beginning sentence. She asks, "Donde vives?" The first day of class. He replies, "I have no idea what the hell you just said." She says, "We'll just call it a misunderstanding for now." Imagine a freshman in high school who sits in detention for telling his teacher Pythagoras is an asshole, and how is he going to help me with my music? Eric, his music is his vitamin, his temptation. Why don't you come back to my paradise? This paradise song plays on repeat. Eric on repeat. Imagine a sixth grader sees his first D on his report card, and all he can think is, damn. Imagine a third grader. Attention deficit has been wondering how many flies are in the boogers in the teacher's school breakfast this morning. Sure was funny, but she fell last week. And looks down to his knees and stops laughing. Remember, nothing funny about being torn. Imagine a third grader who doesn't play at recess today because yesterday he was pushed down and called midnight. You see, in third grade, it closes spelling to the word nigger, midnight, or sorry, it was a misunderstanding. Imagine a sixth grader sees his first D on his report card, and all he can think is, Dad is not going to be happy and dying. Let's feel a little better. You see, Dad is dangerous. Dad dances with his hands. Dad discourages disappointment. Imagine a freshman in high school who sits in his own reality because in paradise, this shit just doesn't add up. Understands Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Abuse plus brokenness equals catastrophe. Gets it right, but still gets a D squared. Imagine a college student who hides behind dry humor so that maybe people will find them funny instead of awkward. Their abusive alcoholic father is dead, and they refuse to cry about it. They can't seem to get rid of their stutters, or sometimes they're misunderstood. Their obsessive compulsiveness has them wondering if they remember to lock their heart before they left this morning. This black suit has them wondering which funeral they will attend today. They are the next Freddie Gray, but none of that matters because they decide to come to a poetry. For some reason, performing in front of an audience full of strangers makes everything feel better, where everyone is wearing black and they are with you every step of the way. Take a look at this, where everything you have imagined, you're proud.
That was the Prodigy Truth. Ricky Weiser had a score of a 22.4. Judges, let me get the Prodigy Truth scores in 3, 2, 1. Hey, all right, from low to high. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Coolio. All right, from low to high, I got an 8.3. I got an 8.7, an 8.9, an 8.8, and an 8.9. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. If y'all are having a good time at the Poetry Slam so far, say yeah. If you're having a great time at the Poetry Slam, say hell yeah. So a quick plug, y'all. So we host these slams all throughout the years. These slams serve as a qualifier to make the Right About Now Poetry Slam team. So not only do your fees at the door go to support this show, they help send poets to competitions to compete against other poets who participate in this same art form across the country. We actually sent a team this summer to Southern Pride, which is the largest team poetry slam in the nation this year. And we placed second. We represented Houston, we placed second. And the reason we're able to go to those events is because y'all show up and y'all support these slams. So we get to go and we get to show 30 plus people what's happening here in Houston, what the poetry looks like here. If you would like to support that endeavor, I have a tip jar. I'm going to pass it. Every single dollar that's in that tip jar tonight will go toward the 2023 Right About Now Poetry Slam team, which will compete in Knoxville, Tennessee this June. So I'm going to pass this around. Also know we live in the future, so there's a virtual tip jar. If you want to send us through Cash App, through Venmo, through PayPal, WAN Poetry, Right About Now Poetry. Just find us WAN Poetry. Give it up for supporting the arts. And give it up for your next poet coming to the stage, Erica Nicole.
An indefinite number of quatrains, repeating the second and fourth line at the first and third of the next, is a verse form called pantune. Repeating the same line with slight alteration is a verse form called pantune. The last and the first are the same line with slight alteration. A small change can make everything sound different than the last and the first are always the hardest. A small change can make everything sound different. I almost called you today. Always the hardest when I forget that my calls will always go unanswered now. I almost called you today. I forgot that there is no one to pick up the phone. I forget that my calls will always go unanswered now that you're gone. I forgot that there is no one to pick up the phone. They don't have voicemail in heaven. You're gone. You're in heaven. They don't have voicemail in heaven. I can't afford the long distance call anyway. You're in heaven. I'm still here. I can't afford the long distance call anyway. I just keep screaming at an unforgiving sky. I'm still here. And I don't know why. I just keep screaming at an unforgiving sky, waiting for it to crack open, and I don't know why. I've been holding my heart in my hands, waiting for it to crack open. I will find pieces of you in the mess. I've been holding my heart in my hands, waiting for someone to make the pain stop. I will find pieces of you in the mess of a man that I have been waiting for. Someone to make the pain stop. Someone I know you would be proud of, a man that I have been avoiding because I have been hurt by some. One, I know you would be proud. And it would be different if you were still here that I am avoiding. Because I've been hurt by too many things in this lifetime, and it'd be different if you were still here, but I am alone now. Two, many things in this lifetime have left me too broken to be anything but alone. Now all the men I've ever loved have left me, too broken to be anything but a goodbye waiting to happen. All the men I'll ever love will never know you. A goodbye waiting to happen because I don't know how to give myself to a man who will never know you. Three, because I don't know how to give myself to a man who did not know me 3 years ago, which means he cannot know me. The best parts of me, now that you're gone, I'm not the same girl I was years ago, which means he will never get to love the best parts of me. Now that you're gone, I'm not the same girl I was 4. I'm haunted by the girl he will never get to love. She died with you. 4, I'm haunted by the girl he will never get to love. She died with you. Ghosts can't talk back. He will never get to love an unbroken soul. Ghosts can't talk back. I almost called you today. An unbroken soul is waiting for me to love them. I almost called you today, and an indefinite number of tomorrows.
That was the poet Erica Nicole. The Project Truth had a score of a 25.4. Judges, let me get Erica Nicole's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all, from low to high, I got an 8.2. I got an 8.2. I got an 8.8. I got a 9.0. And I have a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the mic. Free.K.
My mama's so loud, I can hear through a concrete wall. Drywall never stood a chance, and neither did I. If I wasn't there by the end of her echo, I mean, she's so loud. She can make a deaf man ears pop. She'll ring her neck for disrespect. Mumble monsters, they hide from her. A ninja with the hands, shoes like throwing stars. She's like your favorite video game character. You know, the one with the two-piece combo that leads into a power move. She moves with power. No sequel or book two. No, Ghost is more transparent. No Uncle Tommy's parts harder than she do. I mean, she'll touch it up like a jive turkey with no dressing. An echo of a last and a minute passed, and it started ringing harder than house phone. I mean, she is off the hook. Made sure I stayed hooked to the books, never hanging on to a Peter Pan string, because maybe he shouldn't want to tinker with Chevelle if all he got to offer is belief. I mean, she's so loud. Living on unpredictable dimes, she go hard for her daughter and her baby boy. Stop with gadgets and gadgets, but you know not to tour with her. She's so damn loud. She's loud because her heart is. No one wanted to hear the cries of the little round girl. Well, at least in her world, that's what she thinks. To me, her screaming is more than simple instructions. To me, it sounds like help. To me, it sounds like I need a break. To me, it sounds like another woman left behind to catch up to the mustard. I mean, the busted. She's sandwiched between a rock and a hard place. Her place is fuzzy in the world sometimes. She tries to find a reflection in her children. She don't know that I cry for her. I say that she's tired. And I believe you. Not the type of tired where Z is in the sentence. I mean, she's tired. Closing her eyes does nothing but open the window to her soul, leaving her taunted with the idea of the dark, the idea of nothing, the idea of might be the testimony. You say I should stay home. Because, baby, you can't get no rest outside the nest. It's warm here. I never listened to you. Telling her that this baby bird's got to fly, even though life has clipped my wings, that just makes me want to soar faster. I got to soar for you while you man the ship. Let me be the one to look ahead. This black pearl has finally left a dead man's chest. It's my turn now. To be a sparrow encompassed by a curse that I never abide by. To be the jack of all spades. To use this wit you gave me to surf stranger tides. I know you're tired of being in the deep end. And nothing can compare to the cat I see in the ground. Surrounding me with the weight of your affection crashing into me, ringing in my ears. Mama, you so damn loud. So loud to the point that every time I leave the house, I had nothing but your voice telling me, just make sure you sell safe.
That was Free.K. Erica Nicole had a score of a 26.0. Judges, let me get Free K's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. From low to high, I have a low score of a 9.2. of a 9.5, a 10, a 10, and a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for Free.K. Give it up for all 14 poets who blessed us in the first round. So we're going to take our scores. We're going to find out who were the top 6 scoring poets. They're going to advance to the next round. But before we get into the next round, we got to go into my favorite part of the show. Everyone say selfie. Selfie. All right, y'all, this is our 30-second selfie break. So some things that's important to learn about us is we're not just a show you show up to. We're a living, breathing community of poets and poetry lovers. So here is what we request people do every single show. Your challenge is to get up out of your seat. Introduce yourself to someone who you have never met before in your life. Ask them if it's okay to give them a high five. If you don't do high fives, do an air five. If you don't do air fives, do a peace sign. Take a selfie with them and tag us on social media at WAN Poetry. All right? DJ Bloom, you got a song queued up for me? All right, audience, our selfie break is going to happen in 3, 2, 1, go. Yo, tag us at WAN Poetry. I'm getting my selfies. We're going straight into our intermission. Emphasis on the mission. Now's your chance to use the restroom inside. Go visit my man Lalo in the back. We got tacos in the parking lot. Have yourself a good time. Maybe get your new friend some tacos. We'll be back here in a few short minutes with our top 6 scoring poets. Check. This is your 2-minute warning. We're going to be coming back with the second half of our poetry slam and our top 6 scoring poets in just 2 minutes. Y'all put your hands together for DJ Bloom. I say Mike, you say check, say Mike. Mike. I say re, you say spec, say re. Re. I say second, you say round, second. second. All right, y'all, we are going to go into our second round of poetry. There was an elimination. We are only advancing with the top 6 poets. So these poets will not be advancing. I'm going to read out, but please show them love. Blue, Serotonin, Co, GIP, AWKN, Kamara, Naomi, Ricky Weiser, The Prodigy True. Thank y'all so much. Give it up for those poets. All right, y'all, we're going to go into our second round with the top 6 poets to find out who are our Poetry Slam winners for this evening. Are y'all ready to go into this second round? I don't like that. I don't like that energy. I think we can do better. Okay, I think you do an assignment, you turn her in, but then there's you do an assignment, you ace it. All right, so let's get this assignment right. Audience, are you ready to get this second round started? Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. No, you are not, because we have not yet spilled blood on this stage. We're building energy, we're showing love. We're building energy, we're showing love for the sacrificial poet coming to the stage, Sean.
Cheating with a butterfly. I consider our affair to be a butterfly. Like how I watched myself become caterpillar, slither my way into your life like, what's up, girl? Let me get your number. Oh, you heard I got a girlfriend? Man, don't worry about it. Let me get the snap, and you can become the shell that I lean on, a cocoon of confidence concealing your fears, or maybe you just be cocoon itself. A silhouette of something so softly split open, like when I fucked you for the first time. Did you know what I was? That I am so silky smooth, sooner or later you will slide your way away from me, and I will learn to be so soft spoken. So for now, soak in the silence settling between sorrow and sex. Somewhere when we were something more than sad, you used to be my happy place. You kissed me. Oh, I found solidarity between your thighs and called it love. I kissed you to forget that I am so softly breaking. Could you taste the lies on my tongue? Can you hear the stutters when I say I love you? The reflection of a shattered heart and empty promises to you, my dearest, most beautiful butterfly. I am no more man than I am lover. I am crystals hanging from a chandelier, something so beautiful to see, but so dangerous to touch. And I'm sorry for letting you get too close. I'm sorry for everything that we are, and I still wonder on what we could become. And although it hurts, I know that our love was never meant to be caged, because it was something so beautiful that must be set free. And ain't that what it means to be a butterfly? Be loved, my beloved, be gone.
That was Sean. Free.K had a score of a 29.5 last round. Judges, let me get Sean's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. I got all 5 judges. I got all 5 scores from low to high. I have a 7.0, a 7.2, a 7.5, a 7.5, and a 7.9. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the mic, Free.K.
Crowd participation. Does everyone understand the process of breathing? Taking in O2, expanding the chest cavity, then letting it be contracted by your body. natural exhale. On the count of 3, let's inhale together. 1, 2, 3. They tell me to breathe life into this poem. Make it come alive, put everything inside my body onto the page. Don't be afraid to be honest. And honestly, I'm not really sure what that means. Make it come alive, but I can barely process the constant battle of circling around the air in my chest. So now I'm known as a shit talker, voice boxed into categories. This type of oxygen be fire bending. How am I supposed to breathe when the air in the room is not made for me? But baby, I inadvertently made myself an outcast. Breathing has always been difficult. Exhale. I remember the first time I had an asthma attack. My body fought me. It threw its dukes up and said that we need a break from breathing. My lungs dropped to my hips. I lost my sight. My knees buckled that day, and let's just say I haven't really stood upright since until I made poetry in my lungs. But now my lungs are collapsing. I don't know CPR. I can't predict reaction. Inhale. How do I make this poem come alive for you when you're already dead inside? Nor are you looking to get back in touch with who you are. Rather breathe in smog than take in the truth dead in front of you, all around you. Exhale. Say this poem should be heavy. I don't really like heavy breathing. I get faint. I feel winded. These hard gulps remind me of that time that I almost drowned in Somerville Lake. Inhale. How do I make this poem breathe? When I'm down on bended knee, my back is cracked, the soft is pressed to the back. Exhale, gasping for your understanding. I'm gasping for the parallel vertical L's of my larynx to finally be open. I'm gasping for air. Exhale. Everybody goes to talk about breathing life. Inhale. But never check to see if the oxygen levels are right. What if the amount of carbon isn't compatible? Exhale. What if I want to breathe death into my poems? Let every poem mean the broken funeral of a habit. Pull away from the shock. Say the fib it later until finally I'll be able to exhale peacefully. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
That was Free Dot K. Sean had a score of a 22.2. Judges, let me get Free Dot K scores in 3, 2, 1. Hey, y'all give it up for my DJ one time. From low to high, I got a 9. I got a 9.3. I got a 9.5. A 9.8. An 8.10. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, Erica Nicole.
Trigger warning, self-harm and abuse. I might be clean, but I'm still not over the urges to hurt myself. If I'm being honest, I still hurt myself. I like rough sex for the same reason I like cutting. It makes me feel something when I'm numb. It is a pain more tolerable than the heaviness in my chest. Sometimes, sex is the only thing that stops me from cutting. Knowing I wouldn't be able to explain the way the scars like I used to, even the most inattentive fuck would ask more questions than my mother did. So instead of picking up a razor, I pick up my phone and carve out a text to my latest addiction. I keep my playmates as well hidden as I did my razor blade. Never speak their names in public. Refuse to lay claim to my bad habits. I'm not ashamed of my survival. I just wish it wasn't necessary. I wish the urges had stopped when the abuse did, but they seem about as permanent as the nightmare. I don't carry many scars on the outside. I have the kind of skin that bruises easily but heals quickly. In the words of my friend Ray, I do not look like what I've been through. But sometimes, I wish I did. Maybe then I wouldn't feel expected to pretend I'm fine. This isn't something anyone told me I have to do, but the only time I'm comfortable admitting I'm broken is when someone is breaking my back. It feels like the only acceptable way to hurt, like my pain is worth something if it's bringing someone else pleasure, like tears don't count if you're smiling. I took my self-destruction and renamed it a kink, packaged my pain into something more presentable, Why talk about my trauma when I can just show you the turn-ons it created? When I cut, they ask me, why hurt yourself when you've already been hurt so bad? But when I let them fuck bruises into me, they find it so sexy. And this is how healing gets complicated. When monsters and lovers touch you the same, but I am choosing this. Traded in my long sleeves for turtlenecks, celebrating every mark I didn't make myself. Survival is messy. Healing is messy. But baby, one day, my heart will be as clean as my skin. My lover will kiss me gently, and that will be everything I need.
That was Erica Nicole. Free K had a score of a 28.6 judges. Let me get Erica's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. From low to high, from my amazing judges, I got a low score of an 8.6, of an 8.8, a 9.3, a 9.8, and a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. And keep that love, keep that energy showing for the next poet coming to the stage, Authentic.
All right, since I know y'all good, authentic stands for greatness. I would never run from it. It made me arrogant to y'all, but nothing, I come from it. It made me, authentic stands for greatness. I would never run from it. It made me arrogant to y'all, but nothing, I come from it. I won't let that dictate where I'm going, but I will indicate that I'm already knowing and believing in who I'm becoming. I need more than an ordinary woman. I need love, peace, and happiness. In return, I will keep her coming. Back to the fact that it's more than just keeping the legs. It's more than keeping the fluids between your legs running. It's more than a beauty. It's more than a physical. It's biblical. Because without God, we're going to go through the same ritual. Divorce, dry arguments, us dealing with fake friends, jealousy, envy. What started this? I blame us men. Because we're supposed to be kingdom men. I'm destined for greatness. I'd be damned if I put my career, my dreams, my goals on a wait list. You see, dreams coming, them chances. You see, dreams coming to them chances. Opportunities will pass y'all by if most of your time is dedicated to broken romances. Let's look at the circumstances. In order to be great, you must first lose. In order to be completed, you must first be defeated, broken down, blood, sweat, tears, but willing to fight. Just make sure that second was better than that first round. Temptation, beauty, booty, cutie. Should have y'all tracked like a messed up wig. Greatness don't surface. It takes instruction. You gotta dig. It requires no alibis. People gonna try, even when they ain't, they still telling lies. Don't believe the hype. Y'all think greatness is a handout? Sight. You see, I got a job every time I grab this mic. The pitch ain't perfect, but the pitch ain't done. I demand greatness. That's in the name of the Father, Holy Spirit, and the Son. Authentic.
That was Authentic. Erica Nicole had a score of a 27.9 judges. Let me get Authentic scores in 3, 2, 1. All right, from low to high, I got a 7.5, a 7.8, an 8.3, a 9.0, and a 9.8. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. Are y'all fading on me? Because I'm not fading on you. Y'all give it up for the poet and keep that energy going for Erica Dejan.
told my brother the other day he was beautiful, and he said, nobody ever told me that before. And I started to explain to him about the beauty that lied inside. And when I was done, I saw a tear roll down his eyes, and his tears made me cry. And I started to realize that this boy was growing into a man, which helped me understand that nobody are telling our boys about the beauty that lies inside. Mothers and fathers, tell your sons to tell their sons about the beauty that lies inside, more than just you're handsome, you're fine. Tell them you're uniquely created and wonderfully designed. Divine, you shine. You're mine, and someday you'll be hers, but never forget my words. But see, our boys don't get this kind of attention at home, so they seek it when they're gone, and they turn to the streets. And money, cars, lust, hoes, clothes, and bros, though they look warm, they feel cold. But really, 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 deep down inside, I know what you're looking for. You're looking for love, no matter how much this world has made you corrupt, but you're stuck. Because they tell you to stand up and be a man, but nobody ever taught you how to be a man. I understand that your father wasn't there, and his father wasn't there, and his father, they took him from his mother and his brother, stole him, sold him to another plantation to create another brother with a different mother. And before that boy ever grows up to be a man, that father will leave again. And you see how the cycle is never ends. And I remember when my grandmother told me what they did. Pulled down her brother's clothes and told them about their kids, and not the ones they would make for them, but the ones that would work for him. And if I didn't know God, I would pull that man out of his grave and kill him again if I could. And the voices in my head are telling me that I should. And if I didn't know God, I would. Now you see why there's rage and anger, and I understand now why they holler danger, danger when they see a stranger, stranger, the color of me, the color of you. And really, now is no different from then. Just turn it on ESPN and they still like them. Big, black, strong, and tall. Only good for them when it comes to balling. If you're not a baller, then a rapper. And if not that, then a trapper, or you get trapped in a cell. And it has to be more than just this, you see. And if nobody tells you, tell yourself there's more to this in me. Now, it's easy to point the blame, but that won't change a thing. And things will stay the same. So it's time you look in the mirror at the change.
That was Erica Dejan. Authentic had a score of a 25.1. Judges, let me get Erica's scores in 3, 2, 1. All right. I have a low score of a 9, a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. Keep that energy going for the next poet coming to the stage, L.J. Hamilton.
I don't want to be black no more. So I'm going to bleach my skin. I'm dark, so it'll take a while, but eventually my royal melanin will become like Casper. And instead of slave, I'll become master. Instead of grave danger, I'll experience happiness and laughter as I walk down suburban streets with my white peeps and polite police drive right past. Yo, I decide. I don't want to be black no more. So I'm going to change the way that I speak. I'm going to change the foods that I eat. Get me a nice girl and call her my white queen. Hell, is that even a real thing? It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, these are survival techniques. Understand, I am a black man in America. I represent one half of the most hated and most hunted individuals on this planet. I carry a burden of sadness because I am not at liberty to just fucking be. I am profiled because of my skin color. Do you know how that feels? When I am driving, I suffer from anxiety attacks. Every time a police cruiser pulls behind me, do you know how that chills? I cannot walk inside of department stores without associates thinking I am there to steal. Are you familiar with the paranoia that comes as a result of being trapped inside of a skin that makes you an easier target to kill? So I decide, I don't want to be black no more. I mean, I'm tired of explaining why my people can't be racist. I'm tired of seeing red looks on white faces every time I walk inside of polished, upscale places. I'm tired of MLK versus Malcolm X debates, and I'm tired of always complaining about what happens in this nation when you are Morpheus in this matrix. I'm making moves to become Neo, the white hero. And this is when my mind screams at me and says, you fool! Being black is not as bad as you think it is, but sometimes I wish I could rip off this beautiful skin and show the world that my heart is not as evil and black as they think it is. I am not the one shooting up churches and schools, but the suspects that do at least have their day in court when justice is due. But because of my skin, when the hunting begins, I am murdered on sight like I am nothing to you, because I am nothing to you. How do you think it feels to wake up with a target you can't remove? How do you think it feels to walk around with a bullseye you can't lose? How do you think it feels to always have people watching you and thinking the worst as if you are cursed because of a skin you did not choose? I've had enough of it. I no longer want to have rational reasons to hate the government. I no longer want to fight for the same equality that my great-great-grandfather and grandmother did. Honestly, I can't believe my love for self has come to this. How do you think it feels to be chased by a layer you can't peel knowing you can never run from it? So I decided I no longer want to be me. I no longer want to be free because I have to fight for it and cry for it. And my ancestors have had to die for it. We suffer massive modern day genocide for it. I'm tired of having to explain the significance of my existence all of the time for it. I no longer want it because that's too much like work and that's too close to the hurt already experienced enough by my people who just want to be fucking equal. And I can no longer take this hell. I'm ashamed I failed. Those who came before me and gave themselves the causes I no longer want to fight for. Over a skin color I no longer want to die for. Congratulations, America. You successfully caused me to hate myself.
That was the poet L.J. Hamilton. Erica DeJean had a score of a 30. They scores in 3, 2, 1. Win on one judge. All right, y'all. We got a low score of a 10. A 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. Damn the scores. Give it up for L.J. Hamilton. And keep that energy going for Maddie.
This poem is titled Human Subhuman. I remember I got all dressed up in a way that I thought that you would think that I was beautiful. I curled my hair and shadowed my eyes, and right there I felt so human. And I haven't really been enough for anyone, but I sure as hell thought that I was enough for you. But you held me in your arms, and you called me their name. My curls they fold, my shadows they fade, and my smile too soon after. And right there I felt subhuman. You made me believe that I was enough for you, but my very soul died right there. The sound of your voice saying those were tiptoes with sandpaper shoes around my brain. I saw the glow in my body in my shower at night at the very thought of you seeing me in my nakedness. And right there, I felt subhuman. I find it hard to believe that my brain and my body have ever been anything more than an enigma or spectacle. I'm not to be loved, I'm only to be pondered. I'm only to be poked and prodded like a scared animal. And right there, I felt subhuman. And what is my body, really, to me or anyone? And my body and brain and flowers and fields of wonder, and right there, I felt so human. I could smell what it feels like to be alive in that memory, even though that was the loneliest I'd ever been. And lately, I've been remembering all the little phrases that severed my attachment to myself in the first place. And all I've ever wanted was to be loved for who I am. And I remember how much I loved myself that day in that vast green field of glory. And right there, I felt so human. I do not so much fear death's embrace anymore, because maybe death envelops my soul and kisses my face the way that the sunlight kissed my skin that day. I do not so much fear death's embrace, because I'm not sure his wrath could compare to the hurt caused by such mere mortals. Death could never rip the autonomy from my soul the way that I've been shown that a human can. And so sometimes I embrace death with a smile in the mirror, and sometimes when I pass him, I shake his hand. And I feel as though death is quite gentle with me. And I think that I tiptoe with sandpaper shoes and death's brain every time that I lay down my head or I drive in my car. And I've been so silent because I can hear Death's footsteps while he waltzes through my thoughts, and it's so loud that the sound of mine drowns my memories too, and I do not remember way too much of anything anymore. Still, little bits and puzzle pieces remain fragmentation, but without them all, I cannot see the bigger picture. All I see is Death's embrace, and all I hear is Death's sweet waltz, and death makes me feel so human. And maybe when I die, Death greets me like my teacher waking me up because I fell asleep and I didn't wake up even after the bell rang. I think that death gently caresses my cheek and he dries my tears with the end of his sleeve and he turns my chin up so I can look at him. I want you to turn my chin up so I can look at you. I can't have you see the hurt in my eyes, but they're my permanent accessory. And right now I feel subhuman. I think that my eyes have been glazed from tears for months and they project this little glisten that people mistake for happiness. And it fools me too sometimes whenever I look in the mirror. And so whenever I dress up in a way that I thought that I would think that I was beautiful, I'm experimenting with the way that my hair would be curled and my eyes would be shadowed for the day that I accept death's hand in that waltz of his. And I have been hurt by humankind in every which way, so much that death is the only thing that could ever make me feel human.
That was the poet Maddie. LJ Hamilton would have had a perfect score of a 30, but after a time penalty by just 1 second, receives a 29.5 boo the time penalty. But LJ should know better, I'll be honest. Yeah, all right, so judges, let me see these scores up for Maddie in 3, 2, 1. All right, from low to high, I have a 7.9, an 8.1, an 8.5, an 8.9, and a 9.1. Damn the scores. Give it up for the poet. Give it up for all 6 poets that blessed us in the second round. So look, we're going to do mathematics to determine who our 3 winners for tonight are. But to give us time to do math, because we're poets, we like to write, we don't like to add as much. We're poets. So we're going to add, but we're going to do a short part of the show I like to give us time to add called ad-lib. Y'all may ask me, what's ad-lib? Yo, thank you so much for asking. So I used to go to poetry readings at this dive bar called Revolution in Bryan, Texas. And there's this poet named Jeff Stumpo. And you may have noticed tonight, some people, they had their poems memorized, some didn't. There's so many stages of being a poet. If you or a writer are just sharing your story, and if you always wait till it's perfect, you're never going to share it. You're never going to share if you wait till it's perfect. So Jeff Stumpo would do this thing called ad-lib at the shows. And what he would do is he would invite poets and non-poets to the stage to participate in impromptu poetry using 3 words, any 3 words of the audience's choice. So if you would like to participate in ad-lib right now, I would like to invite you to the stage to do so. No one. We got 1. I got 1. I got 2 brave souls. Anyone else? 3. I got, because why the fuck not? I got 4. I got 1 poet from the slam tonight willing to do impromptu. I got enough. I'm going to put a 5-second timer on ad-lib now. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. What's your name? Karma? Can you stand to my left, Karma? What's your name? Paige? Can you stand right here beside me, Paige? What's your name? Ben, can you stand over here to the right? All right. Audience, on the count of 3, I want you to just start screaming every word you can think of or a word that you would want us to say in our ad-lib, okay? And each of my helpers is going to pick out 1 word for me from the audience, all right? All right, ready, audience? 3, 2, 2.5, 1. All right, that's it. That's it. What's our word? All right, our first word is masturbation. Fan favorite. All right, what's our second word? Our second word is love. So masturbation, love, and our third word, support. Y'all, we're feeling ways tonight. All right, so we got masturbation, love, and support. Poets, you got 30 seconds to think of a poem starting now. Can we get a little interlude music, DJ Bloom? DJ Bloom's going to work on that interlude for us. Poets, you got 30 seconds. Masturbation, love, and support. Masturbation, love, and support. All right, poets. Do I got any brave poets who want to go? We got Ben. Y'all give it up for Ben.
Okay. This might be a lustful night, but this passion is filled with love. Swear to God, you're so perfect, like an angel from above. I need some support. I can't do it by myself. I'm not enough. See, this masturbation's not good. I need something else that's tough. Maybe me and you could get going later and suck it up. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Ben one more time. That was awesome. All right. I saw you in the park. Swore I was in love. I asked you if we were together or are we just dating. You said, Amir, you should know this is just master.
Love me like I love myself. Touch me like you're touching yourself. Support my mouth like I support your mic. Masturbate for me. Come for me. Fuck me. Make love to me.
FYI, I am not a poet. I just love hearing you guys working. So when I get horny and I'm sitting by myself, I love to caress my body, touch on myself. So I love to first my support system is my road.
Hey everyone, my name is Serotonin. If you like what you hear right now, I'm going to be performing at Poetry Under the Stars this Sunday, October 16th at Post Houston, Texas. I'm also going to be featuring at Sugars on Thursday, the 27th. Here it goes. I'm slightly drunk. Don't let my asexuality fool you. I put the master in masturbation, and you're nothing more than an associate. You love to say you're right by my side, walking right alongside me through the trials, but when I turned to look back, there was only one set of footprints in the sand the entire time. Maybe it's because of all the times you tried to levitate above me, always jealous of the way I moved, but it was never a competition. I just wanted you to walk alongside me through my journey. But if you're not here to support, just like masturbation, you come and go. Either get on my level or get out of my way.
I want and need love, unconditional, respectful, joyful love, never ending eternity love. With that love, I shouldn't have to masturbate. But if you support me, I love you forever. Okay.
Hello, my name is Robbie, and I make silly little songs for this moment. Masturbation, I found out. I really love how my body functions, how it makes myself feel. Through masturbation, I found support of the support I give myself under my bed in my own body that I needed. Through masturbation, I found love. Through masturbation, I found shame. Thank you.
Yo, can we give it up for all of our poets who participated in ad-lib, y'all? Thank you so much. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes you just got to show up and try something, and you'll write a poem using words you never thought you would put inside of a poem. Or maybe that's your genre, you know what I'm saying? But y'all, we had a poetry slam tonight. Are we ready to find out who our winners were? Yeah, I'm ready too. All right, so if you were a poet in tonight's competition, come to the stage, be acknowledged for your work. If you competed at all in tonight's poetry slam, please come to the stage. We got Serotonin, Authentic, Maddie. We got LJ Hamilton, Erica Dejan, The Project Truth, Co, Erica Nicole, Frida K, Naomi. We got Ricky Weiser. All right. So I always get the cash from Christina and I forget what pocket I put it in. Here it is. All right, yeah. All right, y'all. So we had a slam, and we got top 3 winners tonight. There was only a 0.1 score difference between second and third place. In third place, with a cumulative score of a 58.2. Scratch that, of a 58.1, winning 20 American dollars. Y'all give it up for Free.K. If you like this poetry slam, Free-K is hosting one at the local C on Monday, October 24th. Hit Free-K up about it and check that out. More slam poetry opportunities. All right, y'all. In second place, with a cumulative score of a 58.2, the winner of 30 American dollars. Y'all give it up for Erica Dejan, all the way from Louisiana. And the winner of your slam tonight, winning first place and 50 American dollars, even after he got a time penalty. Y'all give it up for LJ Hamilton. Give it up for all of our poets, our DJ Bloom, Christina at the door, Lalo Barton in the back, the beautiful avant-garde, and y'all, we have shows all throughout the year. Next week, we have a poetry open mic and book launch featuring a Right About Now author. So we have a publishing company This is one of our only authors. SD Says is coming all the way from Austin next week. Next Wednesday, he's going to do a featured set, and he's going to have his book here. We are doing another poetry slam. So there used to be 4 poetry slam scenes in Texas. Not Texas, in Houston alone. Now there's only 1. So we want more poetry slams, more opportunities to participate. So if you like this show, we're going to start trying some poetry slams out on Thursdays. And if it gets enough support, we're going to have them every single week. It all starts for us on October 27th, the day after Kyla Janae Lacey's feature at our poetry open mic. Y'all, we got shows all year long, wampoetry.com/events to check out what's going on. We have a membership. So if you want to build community with us, you want to attend our free instructor and facilitated writing workshops, you want to participate in our writing challenges. We're having a big one coming up in November. Check it out, wampoetry.com. My name is Amir Safi. It's been a pleasure being your host this evening. Thank y'all so much, and we'll see you again next week.